Okay, I was going to take video of the little coil that I finished. This is my coil the first one that I wound, and it works really good. The one that I just made is this one right here. I know you shouldn't paint a coil, but I'm thinking about painting that cap black, that plastic. I made it out of a clear, and I put a LED in there. The only thing is I've used, instead of using a 470 ohm resistor, I used a 25,000 ohm resistor. I didn't want to have to take it apart if the LED burnt out. The LED still operated at those ohms, and you can just barely see it. If I I'll hook the juice up to it here. I just hooked it up here. And if I turn it over, this is the LED off of the board, off my board, which is sitting right here. I put an envelope around it to kind of, and I just have a battery here to kind of compare the sizes. You know, this is a C, yeah, a C battery, Duracell C. It's pretty close to the same size. I kind of screwed up on the end. It doesn't look quite right. I think I got the middle piece a little too long. But if you look in there, you should be able to see it. Ooh, it fired. You should see the light right in there. I can just barely see it blinking. All right, so let's see if we can get her started. I'll give her a good spin. Okay. Put the throttle up a little bit. I might have to prime it after all the dinking around here. Let me set the camera down for a second. And then I'll put my finger over the hole. It's acting like it wanted to fire when I was just turning it over slow. Secret is not to turn it over fast. I think it's not getting enough gas. I'm going to open the needle up just a little bit. So it's running it. It put out a nice spark. I don't have any resistor on it, or not a resistor, capacitor on it. So if I put a capacitor on it, it might do a little bit better than this. I gotta make myself an exhaust flapper for this. I keep saying that and I just never do it. I gotta get back on that, back there, my little hoglet. The only reason I stopped on that is I wanted to wind up two of these like this, put them on there, make the box for the board a lot smaller. How slow are you going to run? Just tip it up a little bit. It might be running out of gas. Yeah, the tank is empty. I can see in there. Might be sucking air now. And plus I opened up the needle a little bit. As they warm up, you gotta adjust it down a little bit, lean it out. Well, anyway, I know it works, so I'm gonna unplug it before I zap myself. I don't. Let's see. And I just guessed at it, and the light lights up, so it's the right way, the negative and the positive, because the LED won't light up if I hook it up wrong. So I got the negative on this side. I'm gonna mark that. I'm going to scribe that into it, a negative sign over here. Oh, actually, I'm going to just scribe a positive sign on the other side here, on that side, so I know which side is the positive. I'll just take a vibe etcher and put positive in there. But I do like how small it is. It's nice and small. I was going to use a case, and it actually, the coil actually fit in a C case, but I was afraid that I was going to arc to the metal because it was snug in there. In here, I increased it a little bit in diameter, so it's somewhere between a C and a D, right? A D, and then the next size bigger. Anyway, it's really close to a C size battery. So, oh shoot! Now which side was the negative? I'll have to go back and look. I think this side was the positive. Well, I can hook back up, and you can tell right away if I hook it up, I can see the LED in there. Just hook that up, hook the spark plug back up, and the negative fell down here. Hook the negative up off my board, and hook the positive onto the battery. Yeah, that's the right way. I can see the light in there. I don't know if the camera picks it up or not. You can see it in there. It's out of gas now, so, or sucking air anyway. Might be able to suck up enough to get it started one more time. Let's see here. Put my finger over and choke it. Nope, not gonna suck up enough. It wants to. Ooh! I just got my finger against the coil. Yeah, I see air in the line. So anyway, I just thought I'd show you that. I'm gonna make a small box for this one, for this board. It'll be a lot smaller box than that. That's why, even with a double, I've got this Ford coil packs in here. And if I take those out and use these, I might even put these on the outside of the box. Just make the box for the board and put these on the outside of the, so anyway, that's what I've been dinking around with in between other things. I did get more magnetic wire. I ordered more mag wire. And P.S. Here's a little tip. Don't order the big spools of 44. I had a heck of a time winding that coil with that spool of wire because it kept wanting to break it. It seemed like inside that spool, I got it up to, I needed 10,000 for it to work and 12,000 for optimal, or what was suggested. I got to 6,000, and then that spool had a flaw in it and broke the wire right away. So I unwind a bunch of it, get past the flaw in the spool, start winding again. This time I get to 4,000, another flaw. So the last time round, I got up to 9,000, and I'm just crossing my fingers that it's going to be okay. But I made it to the 12,000. So that this coil's got 12,000 wraps of 44 gauge. It's got, I got it written down here. And I'm going to change things up a little bit more on it, on the next one that I wind. On 28 gauge wire, I got 363 wraps. Well, the next one that I'm going to do, I'm going to use 26 gauge wire, and I'm going to go 350 wraps I'm going to try for. And then I'm going to shoot for 10,000, just to see, I'm just experimenting to see if I can get the voltage a little lower. And because right now this is 6 volts. It's running fine on 6 volts. The one that I wound earlier, this one, I wound that up and that's 12 volts. Anything under at 10 volts, it starts to, it won't even run the motor consistently. So what I'm going to use this one for is I'm going to make a Model T Ford style box with the vibrating points on it. So this will be basically a buzz coil, and I'm going to try to use this one on my odds and ends engine. So I'm just playing, just, you know, I'm getting into the coil winding. The coil winding has gotten easier since the very first one I wound. So the putting the wax paper on, I don't add a lot of wax, extra wax, maybe 2 drips on the very end of the wax paper when I put it on, and that's it. I don't add a whole bunch of wax onto the wax paper, and I put one layer of wax paper on in between the layers of 44 wire. So anyway, I better go. Catch you later. I couldn't resist mixing up a little more gas and playing. I can still have that coil, my new coil on it. I scribed a positive on it. I did lean out the gas on the needle. So if I shut it down and start it up, I shouldn't have to crank it very hard. Cool. This motor has always been a pretty good runner. I mean, I can get it right down to just barely idling, usually. Whoop. Usually when it does that, it's too rich yet. Let's just crank it 1 click. 1 click. Usually when I idle up or throttle up and it stalls on me, it's usually when it's not too much gas. Anyway, I better go. Catch you later.